Right, can you solder copper pipes with a heat gun? We're about to find out. Okay, so we're just in the middle of our bathroom refurb and I need some pipes to bury in the wall and then come out for our shower mixers. Because they're buried in the wall, I can't really use compression fittings. You know, they're not going to fit in the wall. This is a nice tight 90 degree, so this will all be buried in the wall. But all I've got is a heat gun. So, let's see. And this is said one, it's just an Erlex. I've had this quite a while, it's quite cheap, I think it was probably about 30 quid maybe. But it has the heat settings on the back. 650. Now, I don't know whether you can see that, but this one does go up to 650 degrees. From what I see online, the mounting point of solder, they say is 183 degrees. So this should be plenty for the job. This will heat the pipe up to maybe 250, 300. We've got a temperature gauge. I don't know whether I'll be able to show you that while I'm heating it up. We'll see. But let's get on with this. Right, so we've got our flux. We've got our flux paste. We've got our lead-free solder. There, we've got a damp cloth hanging on the side just for afterwards. And then we've just got a couple of bricks to rest this on. I've got a heat mat down there, but you don't need a heat mat as long as you're not on something on top of something you're going to burn. You can rest it on some bricks. Same as any normal soldering. Clean the ends off. This is just a, your disc scourer, Scotch Brite pad, whatever you want to call it. And just make sure your ends are nice and clean. So that's that end. That's quite a new pipe, so that's not as bad. This one's a lot more tarnished and dirtier. So this one needs a bit more cleaning up probably. So there you go, it's nice and clean, just get any of the green Scotch Brite off the pipes. And also, even though your fittings are brand new, get inside of them and give them a little sand around as well. Right, so now we've got them nice and clean. Let's get a bit of flux. So we'll just take our long one, put a bit of flux around the end. Don't need loads, but you need it all coated. We'll flux our small pipe. And then we just run some flux inside of our joints as well, inside of our elbows. That's it. Now we can just push our pipes together. So push one elbow on there. And put our pipe in the other end of the elbow. Make sure they are all the way in, all nice and snug. And just have a paper towel ready. And just wipe off that excess flux. Now, just going to sit it in position. Make sure everything's on. Right, let's get our heat gun, but let's see how long it takes for this to get to temperature. Now, once you see the rainbow effect on the pipes, it starts to go a bit purpley, yellowy, other colours. That's usually when it is getting hot enough. Right, I've got the other camera to try and get a close up of stuff now. Is that gonna show what temperature we're on? And now let's get this heated up. It's already at 131 degrees. Getting up to about 170 now. 160. You can see the pipe is starting to change colour now. It's going a bit of a rainbow colour, a bit purpley and orangey. Getting now up to 180. If you haven't got like a thermometer to test it, you can see when the pipe starts going purpley and smoke's coming out the end. So you can just touch it with your solder, and that'll give you some idea of whether it's going to melt or not, which it's starting to. I think that's gone in there okay. Now try and do this side. So it shouldn't take much more to do this side because this will be quite heated as well. Right, and that should be it. Let's get a bit of flux and just wipe around our joints. You see some people suggest doing that and some people don't. Some people say against it. And then we'll take our wet cloth and just cool it down gently. This pipe will burn. You do not touch it with your hands. Make sure your cloth is nice and damp, just to cool this down. You can feel the heat coming through there. So yeah, got a nasty little globule of solder on the bottom. So that's it. I mean, it's not the prettiest solder in the world. Don't know whether you can see in there. Put my hand there. That'll focus better. But you can see the solder is. Oh, you can see the solder is all the way around. Around the other side. You can see you got a nice soldering all the way around there. It's solder's filled in all the way around. And the same with this side. It's hard to focus on it. So now you can clean this up. You can also use wild wool to clean all these up. Clean them up, make them shine again. So now, can you see how that's like a dull browny colour? Couple of wipes with wild wool. It's nice and shiny. I mean, you don't have to clean them up. If you're going to have them on show, you can just sand them down, get them back to being shiny. Put a bit of brasso on there, shine them up. If you're having them on show, obviously these are going to be buried in the wall, so doesn't really matter about them. Right, now what I'll do, I'm just going to do the other end. So the answer to the question is yes, you can solder with a heat gun. Might take a little longer, might be a little bit messier. Although once you get used to it, I mean, I've only ever done a couple of soldered joints really with that heat pipe before. You know, you need a heat gun that's going to be at least that can at least get up to 600 degrees centigrade, and you know, I mean, mine goes up to 650 and it takes a little while to get to the melting point, but yeah, it can be done as long as you can see a nice bead ring of solder all the way around there. That should be perfect joint. If you want to test it, blow, put your finger over that end, blow in there, and there's no air coming out. So if there's no air coming out, it's probably going to be no water coming out. But water is going to be under a lot more pressure than my breath. Anyway, hope you enjoyed watching this video. I'm going to go and fit these into the wall for the new shower once I've done the elbows on that end. And if you want to see what I'm using these for, go to the video pages on my channel, look for the bathroom reverb, look for the bathroom renovations or the refurbs. I'm only just going to stick these in the wall now, and it's going to be a while before we put mixer taps or attach the shower to these. But I need these buried in the wall so I can get on and replaster the bathroom wall. So, thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please comment, and I'll see you in the next one. And after you've finished doing this, you can take some paint off. And after you've finished with this, you can take some paint off some wood. Zoom file 35. Right, let's go. Right, can you solder copper joints with a heat gun? Pepper, enough.